I want to speak to you about mindful eating, multitasking, and loneliness and how they're connected. It was already later in the afternoon and I realized I haven't eaten yet. Now, I do usually wait a few hours after awakening to make myself a nice brunch, we'll call it. So pretty much every day I don't really eat breakfast. I have a routine with my tea and my coffee in the morning, and then my brunch, which is a large meal, comes a few hours after awakening. That's how my body likes it best. But this day it was excessive. I got caught up in a business call for an hour that was unexpected, and felt like, okay, I have a client coming in less than an hour and there's nothing to eat, so I have to cook it. So do I make myself a meal or do I tidy up? Because my space is clean, but it's messy. There's books and there's papers. I'm writing something, so it's a little bit of a mess. And my instinct would have been to clean up and just put myself on hold and take care of my needs, way beyond deadline time. But I said to myself, really, my client is going to be much better served if I'm fully nourished and well and not irritable, because if I go hungry, I get really irritable and it's not fun for anyone. So I said, the messiness people can deal with. I can push it to a corner and they can see I'm human too. But my negative energy coming from being hungry and irritable won't serve anyone, and certainly isn't going to help people get more present in their bodies and feel better, which is what I help people to do. So I made myself a meal, and then I sit down to eat, and then all of a sudden the million things I need to do comes popping into my head and all my ideas, and I thought, okay, I can eat with one hand and then write this down or send this message with the other. And I thought, oh, this is insanity. I need to just be present. I just need to be still and eat. And if I believe that the ideas of what I need to do can come to me in this moment, they'll come back the next moment when I'm freer. Now, I know multitasking is something that our productivity-obsessed Western society really honors. And while sometimes it's a great skill to have, it's not necessarily really nourishing for us. It's actually not the most effective way of being productive, and science shows this. Focusing on one task at a time and completing it is going to lead to much greater results in so many different ways. So I noticed how it was really difficult for me to just kind of sit and allow myself to just sit and eat and be present and not need all the stimulus of listening to some video or writing something down. And how just the practice of being mindful and being present gives a feeling of fullness and gives a feeling of friendship with oneself. And it came to me, this idea that this loneliness that so many people suffer from is not necessarily because they're missing out on friends. Maybe some of us do need to clean up our friend circle and need to choose people with more updated standards to ours. And at the same time, really 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, we're with ourselves. So when we are not present and in the moment with ourselves, there is a loneliness regardless of how many people we're in touch with throughout the day. And this loneliness really can be fixed, can be solved, can be resolved by the simple act of just being here and now. And that's really an amazing way to be your own best friend, and that's really an amazing way to add so much more richness to this moment. So this came up, I thought to share it with you. If it speaks to you, if there's some value in it, enjoy it, let me know, like it, share it with those that you might feel could be a little bit better friends to themselves, or might be questioning, where's this loneliness coming from? Or those that really value their multitasking. You know what? When we're present, we're much more capable of really completing our tasks with love, with joy, that it's not just about the end results, but it's the process. It's the process. And for some of us, allowing ourselves to enjoy the process without focusing and obsessing over the results might be a new behavior. We might not have learned that or knew that was even possible. So it's an amazing routine to practice. And you know what? This really might not have fallen into my consciousness without my time on the mat, on the yoga mat, of just sitting and being still. getting on my yoga mat and saying, for however many minutes, I'm going to be here. I'm not going to run to pick up my phone, or, you know, practicing sometimes without music, just to really be present. Not all the time, but sometimes. You know, just being in your own space and realizing how full you already are is an amazing antidote to loneliness. It's an amazing antidote to the insanity of our hyper-productive world. It's an amazing antidote to feeling exhausted. And it really just makes the moment so much richer. So try it. Let me know how it goes. Enjoy.